Hello and hi everyone. Today we are going to study the first lesson from the geometry of the ninth standard, that is basic concepts in geometry. Students, all of you know that here in the ninth standard the book of mathematics is divided into two parts, that is mathematics 1 and the mathematics 2. The first part of the mathematics is also known as algebra, and the second part of this textbook mathematics, that is known as geometry. And in this geometry, here we have to study the first lesson, that is basic concepts in geometry. Now here the word geometry, it is very important. See, this word geometry is from the Greek language. This word geometry is a Greek word. In the Greek language, geo means earth. In the Greek language, the meaning of word geo, or that is geo, is earth, and the word metri, the meaning of this metri, see, this is Greek word geometry, and it is divided into two parts, that is geo and metri. Geo means earth and metri means the process of measuring, process of measurements, or you can say process of measuring. So in the previous, means so many years ago, we will discuss about in the history you studied that the pyramids are built, and while constructing these pyramids the geometry and also the engineering is used there. They know the techniques, they know all these things, and they build the pyramids. So here we have to study the basic concepts which they use to build the pyramids, or how they build the pyramids, how they count the length or height of the pyramids. See, you know the Thales, that is a famous mathematician, or you can say he contributes maximum in geometry. The name of that person is Thales, and he measures the height of the pyramid by the shadow of that pyramid. Using the shadow of that pyramid, he finds the height of the pyramid. So how they use this concept there, that we have to study in this lesson. We have to study some concepts. The name of the lesson is basic concepts in geometry. Here geometry is a Greek word. Meaning of the word geometry, that is geo means earth and metri means the process of measurements. So this geometry is nothing but that is the each and everything related with the measurements of the earth. Here we have in the geometry. Now in this lesson, see, we have Indian mathematicians also which works in the geometry, that is Bhaskaracharya, Aryabhatta, Varahamihir. These are the Indian mathematicians which contributes in geometry. We should know, because we are Indians, and we should know the which mathematicians contributes in the geometry. Some mathematicians contributes in algebra also. So we know the Ramanujan is the Indian mathematician, famous Indian mathematician, but they contributes in algebra. So here I not mention the name of Ramanujan. He is well known and famous Indian mathematician. All world know the Ramanujan, but here we are studying the geometry, since we have to know the mathematicians which works or which contributes in geometry. Now here we have to learn some basic concepts. Basic concept, that is points, or you can say lines, planes and points. We have to study the basic concepts in geometry, and that is lines, planes and points, or you can say point only. So here we will start from the point. See, all these three basic concepts do not have the standard definitions, but we can describe them. See, anybody can describe it as point. This is point, but there is no any standard definition of the point. Now what is line? Line is nothing but that is the set of the points, that is called as line. While representing this word line, always we have to determine that this is straight line, because there we have types of lines. So here always you have to determine, or we have to remember that when the word line is used, at that time that is the straight line that we have to assume, that we have to consider, that we have to determine. No need to say always straight line. Line means we have to determine that it is a straight line. So line is nothing but that is the set of points. See, suppose we draw a line. This is line. See, this line is nothing but that is the set of infinite points. Here we have infinite points included in this line. This line is nothing but that is the set of infinite points. And then we have plane. This plane is nothing but that is the flat surface. See, this board on which I am writing, that board is a plane. Flat surface is known as plane. Now after this, the next concept we have, that is coordinates of points and the distance. Here we have given a number line, the line which represents the number, that is called as number line. We already studied this part in 8th standard, 7th standard, that the line which represents the number, or if the number belongs to a line, then that is called as number line. Here we have a number line, and see, this is the point of origin which is represented by the letter O. This is the point of origin of the number line. On the number line, at the right side of the 0 we have positive numbers, and at the left side of the 0 we have negative numbers. All these things we studied in the 7th, 8th standard. Now here we have to discuss the coordinates of the points and the distances between the 2 points. How to find the distance between the 2 points, or what is the exact distance between the 2 points, and the coordinates of the points. So here we will start from the coordinates of the point. It is too easy. Here the coordinate, see, the coordinate of this point D is 1. This is the point D, and coordinate of this point D is 1. Here coordinate of the point A is 4, or you can represent -1 is the coordinate of the point B. We can represent -4 is the coordinate of the point C. We can represent 0 is the coordinate of the point O, or we can represent coordinate of the point M is -2. This is point M, and coordinate of this point M is -2. So just we have to observe which number is associated with that point. The number associated with that point is known as coordinate of that point. That is too easy. So here we can write coordinate of point D. Coordinate of point D is 1, or we can represent 4 is the coordinate of the point A. We can represent 4 is the coordinate. 4 is the coordinate of point A. Here we have two ways to write the coordinate. Coordinate is nothing but that is a number. It may be positive, negative, or it may be neither positive nor negative. But coordinate is a number associated with a particular point. So here we write the coordinate of point D is 1, is 4 is the coordinate of the point A. Suppose I ask you, tell me the coordinate of the point B. Then your answer is definitely it is -1. -1 is the coordinate of the point B. Just you have to observe which number is associated with the point B. Suppose I ask you, tell me the coordinate of the point F. Then you have to observe the number line, you have to find the point F, and then you have to observe the number associated with the point F, and that is positive 3. So coordinate of the point F is 3. Like this you can write the coordinate of each and every point on the number line. So this is about the coordinates of the point. Now the distance between the points we have to discuss, we have to study about the distance between the points. Here we have two ways. The first way is by the observation we can find the distance between the 2 points. By the observation we can find the distance between the 2 points, and we have a formula to find the distance between the 2 points. We have two ways. So first of all we will find the distance between the 2 points by the observation. Suppose I ask you, how much is the distance between the point M and O? How much is the distance between the point M and O? See, this is the point M, this is point O, and we have to find the distance between these 2 points. Since this is 1 unit, this distance everywhere, the distance between the 2 points is 1 unit, and that is everywhere, that is the same. The distance between each and every point we can say it as 2 consecutive points is always same. See, this is 1 unit, the distance between these 2 points is 1 unit, distance between these 2 points is 1 unit. Since that distance is same everywhere, that is 1 unit. So how much is the distance between this point O and point M? First we will represent this distance like this. See, distance between the points M and O. So you can write distance MO. We can write it as distance MO, that is distance between the points M and O. Now we have to observe how much distance between the points O and M. See, this is 1 unit and this is 1 unit, so total distance is 2 unit. See, the numbers are negative, but we know that the distance is never negative. The distance is never negative since the coordinates are negative till the distance is positive, because distance is never negative. So the distance between the points O and M, or the distance between the points M and O, is 2 units. That is by the observation. Or you can represent it as length MO. You can represent it as length MO. The distance between, or the length between the points M and O, and that is nothing but it is 2 units. We already observed that the distance between the points M and O, that is 1 unit, and this is 1 unit, this is 1 and 1. 2 units is the distance between the points O and M. Now suppose you have to tell me the distance between the points D and H. The distance between the points D and H. You have to tell me the distance between the points D and H. So you can represent it as distance DH. Distance DH. And now observe how much is the distance. See, this is 1 unit, then this is 2 units, then 3, and then 4. How many units distances are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4 units. So here you can write this is 4 units. Now suppose you have to write the distance between the point N and F. You have to tell me the distance between the points N and F. So how much is the distance between the points N and F? Now we have to observe and you have to write the answer. Here you can write distance. We have to find the distance between N and F. So here you can write distance N F, or you can represent it as distance F comma N. So how much distance is between the points N and F? See, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 units. The distance between the points N and F. See, this is 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So distance between the points N and F, that is 6 units. You can write it as length NF is equal to 6 units. By using any one method, you can write the distance like this, or you can write the distance like this. The length or distance is not different, that is same. So here this is by the observation only. Here we find the distance MO by the observation, DH distance by the observation, distance NF we find by the observation, and anyone can find the distance by the observation. But sometimes we have given the coordinates of the points, number line is not given. We do not have the number line and only we have given the coordinates of the points, and then we have to find the distance between the given 2 points. At that time we are unable to find the distance by the observation since the number line is not given. Here we have given a number line, so you can find the answer of or the distance between the any 2 points by the observation. But whenever we do not have the number line, at that time we have to find the distance. Then how to find the distance when the number line is not given but we have given the coordinates? Now for example, see here, suppose we have to find the distance between the point M and E. We have to find the distance between the points M and E. So here it is very important to know the coordinates of both the points first. Here we have given the coordinate of the point M, that is -2. Coordinate of the point M, that is given -2, and coordinate of the point E, that is given +2. Coordinate of the point E is given +2, and now we have to find the distance between M and E. We have to find the distance between the 2 points M and E. Now here we are not going to observe the number line. Assume that we have not given the number line, and then how to find the distance between the 2 points? At that time it is very easy. While finding the distance between the 2 points when the coordinates are given, at that time we have to subtract the smaller coordinate from the bigger coordinate. We have to subtract smaller coordinate from the bigger coordinate to find the distance between the 2 points. Here we have to find the distance between the points M and E. We know the coordinate of point M is -2 and coordinate of the point E is 2. Here -2 is smaller coordinate and +2 is the bigger coordinate, and to find the distance between the points M and E we have to subtract the smaller coordinate from the bigger coordinate. We have to subtract the smaller coordinate from the bigger coordinate. Since we write the bigger coordinate first, that is 2, minus, since we have to find the difference between the coordinates, that is bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. That is the formula for finding the distance between any 2 points when the coordinates are given. Now here we know the coordinates of the points M and E. So just we have to subtract the smaller coordinate from the bigger coordinate to get the distance between these 2 points. So here we write distance ME is equal to, that bigger coordinate is 2 minus smaller coordinate is -2. Now we have to simplify this. See, this 2 remains as it is, minus into minus. Continuously we have two signs here. So we have to take the product of these two signs, that is minus into minus is plus, and this 2 remains as it is. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So this is the distance between the points M and E, that is distance ME is equal to 4 units. Distance ME is equal to 4 units. Now you can observe the number line and you can check whether there is distance between point M and E is 4 units or not. See, this is M, this is E, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The distance between the points M and E is 4 units. We will take one more example. Now we will find the distance between the 2 points, that is C and the point B. We will find the distance between the point C and the point B, that is distance CB or distance BC. Here we will write the coordinate of the point C, that is minus 4. First we will write the coordinates of the given point, that is coordinate of the point C is minus 4 and coordinate of the point B is minus 1. So here we write the coordinate of the point B is minus 1. Now just we have to subtract the smaller coordinate from the bigger coordinate and we have to get the distance between the given 2 points. Here we have to find the distance between C and B, so we will write distance CB is equal to. Now which one is bigger coordinate and which one is smaller coordinate, that we have to identify, that we have to determine, and it is very important. If we made mistake there, then your distance may be definitely wrong. Here minus 1 is bigger and minus 4 is smaller. Minus 1 is bigger and minus 4 is smaller. Since the numerical value 4, signless value 4 is greater, signless value 1 is smaller, but both have negative signs. Or you can observe the number line. Here we have minus 4, here we have minus 1. Minus 4 is at the left side and minus 1 is at the right side, and we studied in the 7th standard that on the number line the number at right side is always greater than the number at left side. Suppose consider that we are here between B and C. Now see, the right side we have minus 1, to the left side we have minus 4, and the number at the right side is always greater than the number at left side. So here minus 1 is greater and minus 4 is smaller. So we have to subtract smaller coordinate from the bigger coordinate. Here bigger coordinate is minus 1, since we write minus 1 here. Minus. We have to take the difference of the bigger coordinate and smaller coordinate. This is bigger coordinate minus 1. Since we have to take difference, so we write minus 1 here. And now we have to write the smaller coordinate, that is minus 4. And now simplify this. It's minus 1 as it is. It's minus 1 as it is. Minus into minus is plus. This is 4. Now, so 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1, that is 3. Since we take the subtraction, we have to give the sign of bigger number to the subtraction. Bigger number is positive since the subtraction is positive. So here we have distance CB is equals to 3 units. Distance CB is equals to 3 units. Like this we can find the distance between any 2 points when we have given the coordinates of that point. We have two ways, that is by the observation and by using the formula. What is the formula for finding the distance between the 2 points? That is bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate is the formula for finding the distance between the 2 points, and using that formula we find the distances, that is ME and CB. Here we have to remember two most important points. The first point is, we already discussed about that, the distance between the 2 points is never negative. It means that the distance is always positive. We already discussed that point. About the distance we have to remember 2 points, out of which first one is distance is never negative, and the second point that is, if the 2 points are not distinct, if the 2 points are not distinct, then the distance between the point is always 0. If the points are not distinct, distinct means different. जर दोन पॉईंट्स वेगवेगळे नसतील, एकाच प्लेसला असतील, फॉर एक्झाम्पल क्वेश्चन असा विचारला, फाइंड द डिस्टन्स बिटवीन द पॉईंट ए अँड ए. फाइंड द डिस्टन्स बिटवीन द पॉईंट ए अँड ए. Since A is not distinct from A, since A is not distinct from A, the distance between the point A and A is always 0. When the points are not distinct, जेव्हा दोन पॉईंट्स वेगवेगळे नसतात, ते एकाच प्लेसला असतात, एकाच ठिकाणी असतात. सपोज वी हॅव आस्क्ड दॅट फाइंड द डिस्टन्स बिटवीन द पॉईंट H and H, that should be 0. Find the distance between the point B and B, that should be 0. When the two points are not distinct, the distance between them is 0. We have to remember these 2 points, that distance is never negative, and if two points are not distinct, then the distance between them is 0. Now here we have to study the next concept, that is betweenness. The next concept, that is betweenness. Now here it is given that if A, B and C are the three distinct collinear points, there are three possibilities. If A, B and C are the three collinear, distinct collinear, distinct means different, एकमेकांपासून ते वेगवेगळे आहेत, ते एकमेकांवरती ओव्हरलॅप झालेले आहेत, मीन्स एकाच ठिकाणी दोन पॉईंट्स आलेले नाही आहेत, ते डिस्टिंक्ट आहेत. डिस्टिंक्ट मीन्स डिफरंट. Distinct means different. If A, B and C are the three distinct collinear points, then there are three possibilities. We have three possibilities. The first possibility is maybe this point A is in between B and C. That is the first possibility. This point A is between B and C, means here B and C are the extreme points. B and C are the extreme point. Here you can write C and here you can write B. Any point you can write anywhere, but these are the extremes. And this point is in between B and C or between C and B. So here in between B and C we have to take A, that is the first possibility. That is the first possibility. Maybe point A lies between B and C. Now the second possibility, here second possibility is maybe point B lies between A and C. Point B lies in between A and C. It means that A and C are the extreme points. Extreme म्हणजे एकदम टोकाचे किंवा कडीचे. हा पण एका कडीला आहे, हा पण एका कडीला आहे. So you can say represent them as extreme points B and C. So here B lies between A and C. So A and C are the extreme points. Here we will take point A, here we will take point C, and in between A and C the point B lies. That is the second possibility. That is the second possibility, that B lies between A and C. And now we have third and last possibility, that C is in between A and B. Third and last possibility, that is C is in between A and B. So here A and B are the extreme points. This is point A and this is point B, and point C lies between A and B. See, this is the third possibility. If three points are collinear, if three distinct points are collinear, then we have three possibilities. The first possibility is maybe first point lies between second and third. Second possibility is second point lies between first and third. And third possibility is this third point lies between first and second. Here we have three possibilities in all. Not more than three possibilities. Maximum we have three possibilities. If three distinct points are collinear. Here already given that these 3 points are collinear. But suppose we do not given that the points are collinear. असं आपल्याला सांगितलेलंच नाही की पॉईंट्स कोलिनियर आहेत. Then how to determine whether the given points are collinear or not? That is very important fact. Here it is given that these 3 points A, B and C are collinear. That is given information. And if these 3 points are collinear, then we have 3 possibilities. That is, first point lies between second and third, or second point lies between first and third, or third point lies between first and second. We have 3 possibilities and all the 3 possibilities are here in front of you. Now the most important question is, we do not given that the points are collinear. We have to decide whether the points are collinear or not. It is not given that the points are collinear. We have to decide whether the points are collinear or not. First we will decide whether the given points are collinear or not. And if they are collinear, then which possibility out of these 3? Which possibility out of these 3 they follows? First we have to determine that whether the given points are collinear or not. And if you find that the points are collinear, then we have one of the 3 possibilities there. Not all these 3 possibilities. One of the 3 possibilities, since we have given the distances. Suppose we will discuss here that point. You have given that distance PQ is equal to 3 units, distance QR is given 5 units, and distance PR is given 8 units. We have given the distances between the 3 points P, Q and R. We have 3 points. We have 3 points in all, that is P, Q and R. We have 3 points P, Q and R, and we have given the distances between all these 3 points. We have given distance PQ, we have given distance QR, we have given distance PR, and now we have to decide whether the given 3 points P, Q and R are collinear or not. That we have to decide first, and if they are collinear, then we have to find which possibility out of these 3 they follows. But before, we have to decide whether they are collinear or not. And how to decide whether they are collinear or not? Now here we have 3 points, and between these 3 points we have 3 distances. Now just we have to check whether the sum of any 2 distances is equal to third or not. If the sum of any 2 distances is equal to the third distance, then definitely there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points, or they are collinear. Simply we can say that they are collinear, or there is a relation of betweenness among the given points. How to determine whether there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points or not? Just we have to observe that whether the sum of any 2 distances is equal to third. We have given 3 distances. If the sum of any 2 distances is equal to the third one, then definitely we can say that there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points. Now here we have given distance PQ, we have given distance QR, we have given distance PR. Now this is the longest distance, or this is the highest distance between the 2 points. So we will put it aside. आपण त्याला थोडंसं बाजूला ठेवू, because that is the biggest distance out of these 3. Now just we have to check whether the sum of these 2 is equal to third one. His distance PQ is 3 units, distance QR is 5 units. if the sum of these two distances is equal to the third distance, that is the biggest distance or that is the highest distance, then we can say that there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points, or in other language we can say that these 3 points are collinear. But when if the sum of the two distances is equal to the third distance, here we have two distances 3 units and 5 units, and sum of these two, that is the third distance. So definitely you can say that there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points. So here we will write, see how to write, that is very important, writing part, that is very important. Sometimes students knows how to determine, but they don't know how to write. बऱ्याचशा वेळा असं होतं की मॅक्झिमम स्टुडंट्स समजून घेऊ शकतात, समजून घेतात, परंतु लिहिताना मात्र प्रॉब्लेम्स येतात. सो वी विल राईट दॅट पार्ट. And how to write that part? Biggest distance, do not think about the biggest distance, put it aside and just take the sum of the remaining two distances. Here the biggest distance is PR, so we put it aside, and now we have to take the sum of these two. So here distance PQ plus distance QR, it is equals to, distance PQ is 3 units, so here we write 3, plus distance QR is 5 units, so here we write 5, and now we take the addition, that is 3 plus 5 is 8 units. This is as it is, distance PQ plus distance QR, that is equal to 8 units. Now this is as it is, distance PQ plus distance QR, that is equal to, what is 8 units? That is distance PR. So in place of 8 units is equal to distance PR. So in place of 8 units you can write distance PR, that is given information. So here we write distance PR in place of 8. Since the distance PR is 8 units, so we write here distance PR, and we prove that sum of the two distances is equal to third. Therefore there is a relation of betweenness among the points P, Q and R. There is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points. So here you can write, therefore there is a relation of betweenness. There is a relation of betweenness among the 3 points. We have given 3 points P, Q and R, and there is a relation of betweenness, means the points are collinear. Now we have to write which point lies between which 2 points. Since the biggest distance is PR, the extreme points are P and R. Since the biggest distance is PR, the extreme points are P and R. एकदम कडीचे जे पॉइंट्स आहेत ते P आणि R आहेत. So definitely Q lies between P and R, since the distance PR is biggest distance, longest distance. So here you can write the relation of betweenness. How to write this relation of betweenness? You can write it as Q is in between P and R. Q is in between P and R. That is the relation of these given 3 points P, Q and R. Now we can take one more example here. Here we discuss, that is very important part, how to determine that the given 3 points are collinear or not collinear, or given is there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points or not. We have to put the biggest distance aside and we have to take the sum of remaining two. If the sum of the remaining two distances is equal to the biggest distance, then definitely we can say that there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points. Now here we will take one more example. Here we will take one more example. We will take 3 points L, M and N, and we will check whether there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points or not. So here we have given distance CLM is 11 units, distance CMN is equal to 8 units, and distance CLN is equals to 2 units. That is the given information. And now we have to decide whether these 3 points L, M and N are collinear or not. Or we have to decide whether there is a relation of betweenness among the 3 points or not. So the biggest distance is 11. This is L, M, 11 units. That is the biggest distance. So we have to put it as it is. And now we have to take the sum of these two distances. If the sum of these two distances is equal to third distance or the biggest distance, then we are able to say that there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points. Now we put it as it is. Since this is the biggest distance, we have to take the sum of these two distances, that is distance MN plus distance LN is equal to, distance MN is given 8, so we write 8, plus distance LN is given 2, so we write 2, is 8 plus 2 is 10 units. Distance MN plus distance LN is equal to 10 units, and here we have distance LM 11 units. Since the sum of two distances is not equal to third, now see this distance MN plus distance LN is equal to 10 units, that is not 11 units. If it is 11 units, then we are able to say that there is a relation of betweenness among the given 3 points. But the sum of these two distances is not equal to the third one. So how you can write that part here? You can write distance MN plus distance LN is not equal to distance LN. Distance LM. Sum of the two distances is not equal to the third one. See, the sum is 10 and the longest distance is 11. That is not equal. So we write distance MN plus distance LN is not equal to distance LM. So there is no relation of betweenness. There is no relation of betweenness among the given points. आपल्याला जे पॉइंट्स दिलेले आहेत त्यांच्यामध्ये रिलेशन ऑफ बिटवीननेस नाही आहे. अर्थातच ते 3 पॉईंट्स कोलिनियर नाही आहेत आणि ते कोलिनियर नसल्यामुळं कोण कोणाच्या दरम्यान आहे हे सांगण्याची आवश्यक, दरम्यानचा संबंधच नाही आहे त्यांच्यामध्ये, रिलेशन ऑफ बिटवीननेस त्यांच्यामध्ये नाही आहे. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट दी concept betweenness. Now we have practice set 1.1 which is depend upon these concepts which we studied. The first concept, that is the lines, planes and points. The next concept is coordinates of the points and distances between the points, and the next concept is betweenness, relation of betweenness. And on these 3 concepts the practice set 1.1 is depend. We will take that practice set 1.1 into the next video lecture. Thank you.